be good at getting them to the fast up bonuses. So that is going to be our next topic. And who am I talking about?
This guy is really with a Mediterranean temperament, I think we can say, full of energy. He's had a tremendous growth in Cincino in multiple countries, like you said, Jens Ove. His favorite quote is, "Normal people do their best, successful people do whatever it takes." Please welcome up on stage our crown, Marco Passanante.
We are so spoiled. Have you seen the campaigns? Have you understood the power of the campaigns?
Yeah.
I think it's too much. I mean, look at the companies in Zeno with the impact we're doing with the products, the way the compensation plan is constructed, and now these campaigns as well. If you don't take advantage of 2018, if you want more than you have today, I think you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. But so Jens Ove is going to talk about Express, how to get people started the right way. Because before I go into that, looking also, it's a new year, 2018. I really hope all of you analyzed 2017, because I read every day, I analyze myself every day to get better. And analyze 2017, I started a year with 1,300 customer in balance, and then ended at the 3,650 to even legs, so it's 2,450 new customers, my first full year. And I'm frustrated, because my goal was 4,000, so I'm way behind. Or what I'm even more frustrated with is that I've always been 9 years in this industry, always want to be the one in my team that works the hardest. Recruit the most partners and customers and build the most leaders, because I want to be able to stand up here with a straight back and know when I stand here, I walk my talk. And I can say I'm probably number 2 in my team at the moment. In hardest work, I have somebody that's working harder than me, and that pisses me off. Others might be happy with that, but I want to be the hardest worker, because I want to deserve every second when I stand here, because it's an honor to stand in front of a group of so tremendous, great, amazing people like you guys are here in Cincino. So I want to talk about what is that we're doing to build up the success quicker, to speed it up. What we're doing, of course, we follow the system, because we have everything in place with Express Start, and we keep it simple. 4-4-10. New person, set up time for 4-4-10. But you hear that all the time, and then, use the tools, use this, and the pipeline, and we do that, according to the system. But I want to talk about covering in a short couple of minutes, the psychology behind this couple of steps I would do with the newest person. So if I started Richie today, step number 1, to set him up to win. Within 48 hours, I would have a get started training meeting with Richie. And there, what we would do, before they get started training within 48 hours, I would give him Express Start, read Express Start, have him work on the list, and if Richie's action kind of person, I would actually have him inviting immediately. So already book meetings straight after they get started meeting. Because the tempo I will set with the newest person is the tempo he will duplicate. It was a good tempo for a new person, I don't know what that was. So the tempo I set with him is what we'll duplicate. But number 1 is the why and the commitment talk, because a classic mistake I think everybody in here have done, some of you might still do it, I did it so many times, is that I adjust who I am, my tempo, my goals to the newest person. So it could go both ways. I came in with huge goals and dreams. So I talked too big with the newest person that was maybe not as big visionary person as I was. So the secret is always asking the right questions to my newest person. And what I always ask when I sit down, because many get the new person started, and then immediately you get into action. But before we take action, we need to do, what are we working for? What are we working towards? What is Rich's goal. So I asked him, Richie, what do you expect out of your Cincino business? Why did you decide to do this? Because I'm there to help him reach his goals. So remember this, if your person, you started to make 500 euros a month in 5 years, don't put that tempo on the newest person. Ask that person what is it that they want. So this is how the steps we take to get them to the 4-4-10 and as quick as possible to the faster bonuses. Because 4 plus 4, he has earned 400 euros. And another 6 customers, another 300, right? So you have 700 euros. So this is the steps, starting with preparing what he will face out there, but finding his number, because taking them to the faster bonus is this, go with a plan. So I know why he want to do it, his commitment, his number, I mean, how many presentations a week are you committed to do? You just started a business. I started a soccer player and I told him, I said, when you play soccer, do you know already before the week how many trainings you're going to do? And he said, every week. I start a year, the coach training 1 for the year, give me training hours schedule for the whole year. So I said, you have to treat your business like that. Find the number that fits into your life. For some people it's 4 a week, for some people it's 10 a week, for some people it's 20 a week. When I started 9 years ago, I was working 10 hours a day and I was playing soccer every night. I decided I'm going to give it 7 presentations per week, no matter what. 7 I can do. When I looked into myself, that's how I want him to treat the business. Then they go with a plan. So to help him get to the fast start bonuses is putting a date on the 4-4-10, but they start with me asking him, because I never want to put any pressure or force anybody to action that haven't given a commitment. So I would ask him, do you want to do the 4-4-10? Do you want to earn 700 euros here your first month with your new business? And most people say, absolutely. I said, what tempo do you want us to put it on? Do you want to do it 1 week? Some want to do it in 2 weeks? Some want to do it in 1 month. Where do you see yourself? What fits you? I don't talk about 2 months to 10 customers. Then I'm slowing down the whole business. And if you look at with duplication, exponential growth, I mean, you'll take 10 years to create what you can do in 2-3 years, just a little higher tempo, little higher tempo. So I put that expectations up front, so immediately 4-4-10. And putting down the goal with a date, don't forget the most important thing, it's the plan. So I tell him, 4 customers, we need to meet on average 8 potential customers to get your 4, and 16 potential partners to get your 4 partners. Then it's up to him. Where do you fit? You said you're going to put 8 hours a week. Already I talked to him. Potential customers, good with your Cincino party, home presentation. The best on your list, top 20, we want to meet one-on-one. So that's how I structure them and get them to action. So that's, business is driven by numbers. That's why we always have control over the business. So we know if you just put in the work, because I just gave him the plan, the numbers, if we run it by numbers, people that follow those numbers, they succeed. Some can get 9 customers, 8 customers, some 14, 15, but the average, they get there. So this is how we get into faster bonuses. Commitment, why? Go with a plan, and then as immediately when they get started training, I've told him to create a list before, and separated potential customers, 50 potential customers, 50 potential partners. Because I want them to think a little bigger. I'm just telling you now what I do. If you think it's better to do 10 plus 10, do it. Everything that's an express start, you should do. That's what we do. I just help them think a little bigger. I'm just trying to give you the psychology of little higher speed. Little higher speed. Because that makes a huge difference in your results over time. So creating the list, already there helping him, when he created the list 50 plus 50 before get started training, I will also ask him to sort the list. Who's the first 10 you would call if you started a traditional business? Who are the best top 10 here? And then you put a star with those 10. That's where we're going to start. And then when we have done that on the list, we invite together. With some people, because as I wrote there, help them overcome the fears. I have a talk with the newest partner, I say, calling a new person with a business is out of what you used to do, outside of what you used to do, which means it's out of your comfort zone. And then I share the struggle I had with calling my first contacts. So make Richie feel comfortable in that he's uncomfortable. With some people, I even call a contact for them, just to show them how easy it is. And the worst thing, before you call, you have a no. If you call them and you get a no, you actually took one big step in the right direction. Because you did something which was out of your comfort zone, and that is where you grow. And then I role play a little with how to invite. And page 3031, depending on what language, because I use the expressor in many languages, 3031 in some of them, how to invite. Use that, but when I invite with speed, for example, if I have a goal, like before Globen, it was the campaign, recruit 10 people, and I knew I need to recruit 10 people now, within the next 2 weeks. So I did 10 in 13 days, 12 days. How did I do that? I just look at the list, who have I invited in the past, or haven't I invited yet? Or I just talk to a new person. And because this is the key, I would say this is the gateway skill to get that new person going, to help them be good at inviting people. So I help them do it. This is how I would do it. And I trained it for many years, and I just do it. If I need 13 partners this month, I know I need to meet 10. I know I need to meet 30 people. I just call 30 people. Even if I've called them 5 times before. But we say, for example, I call somebody I haven't called for a new person, or if you have many, I'm sure. How many have somebody on the list you haven't called yet? Everybody. Me too. So this is how I invite. If I call, we say, I called Richie, great fantasy. I call Anita, and I haven't talked to Anita for 6 years. I just call her. I say, hey Anita, how are you doing? It's Marco Passanante, blah, blah, blah. What I have to nowadays, just say, hey, of course you think, well, I'm contacting you, Anita. The reason I'm partnered with a Swedish publicly traded health company. We're expanding in the Helsingborg area right now. That's where she lives. And, you know, Anita always been ambitious, entrepreneurial. Don't make anything up if she's been. Focus on what she's been. And that's why I thought about you. So Anita, if you're open for new opportunities, we need to meet for a cup of coffee. That's what I say. And be ready for, yeah, but can you tell me something more? What's it about? That's why I want to meet you, Anita. I haven't seen you for 6 years either. It would be great to see you. And I don't feel very professional going to business details over the phone. It would be great to catch up as well. If you use your sponsor, which I recommend, I would say when I invite, hi Anita, how are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. What are you doing out there? I partner with a Swedish publicly traded company, expanding in Helsingborg area right now. I work directly with Lucas, one of the guys that lead in expansion of this market. I mentioned you for him, so I blame my sponsor. So if they ask me, I say, Lucas will tell you everything. But it would be great to see you. Let's meet half an hour, you and me, before. I haven't seen him for 6 years. So how I qualify them is saying, if you're open for opportunities. Because that's a question. That's not aggressive, that's just, if you're open for opportunities, we need to meet. So, because I never chase people. That's why I say that, qualifying question. If you're open for opportunities, we need to meet. And say, if they start, yeah, but you know, I'm busy. Anita, it's 2018. Everybody's busy. I won't waste my time or your time. If you're open, we need to meet. If not, it's fine. Then I call them 3 months later. Boom. Hey, Anita, how do you? I just want to check, time in your life, what I want to show you, it's really, grown since this and since last time we talked, and just want to check your timing. So I just have a normal conversation with people. So I just help reach a new person over that, and then present how to create leadership to create duplication in the group. I book a home presentation, preferably 2 to 3, and then 5 to 10 one-on-ones or 2-on-ones with his prospect as quick as possible. I call it me, we, you. This is how I create independent people. Because now I'm working in many countries and many markets. I don't have much time to do too much with everybody. So I do me, we, you. Compromise his education curve to just, okay, we booked 6 2-on-ones. And I do the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. And then we talk, after every presentation, we talk about what I did, why I covered what I covered. Then the 5th one, he do the product, I do the business. 6th one, I do the product, he do the business. Vice versa a couple of times. then he does it. I just sit and listen and learn, so I can get feedback and this. You can create, somebody can be independent in a month if you do it very effective. Me, we, you. Me, we, you. Every presentation, book a meeting from a meeting. Bam, fam. Book a meeting from a meeting. Because that presentation, they will need an average 3 to 6 exposures before making a decision. Most people. So from that meeting, I'm going to immediately give him a tool or send a link, or if I say Richie is connecting with Sonny, I say, Richie, you know, my business partner Sonny, you know, you have the same kind of stories, you know, you're an engineer, he's an engineer, I want you to hear his story. I call him there. Hey Sonny, you know, sitting here with Richie, you know, he's an engineer just like you, hey, can you just share your story with him? Boom. So I got 2 exposures at the same time, send you the links, I say if I send the links, if I send you the links, can you look at it until tomorrow? If I call it 8 o'clock, you have time to look at it before. So this is how we create speed and then commit them to pipeline. I talk about education. I draw the pipeline Peter did here. This is how Leadership Factory. This is how you can create a business. Home presentations, a dinner party, 2-on-1, then 3-way call, webinar or Zoom presentation, to a business opportunity meeting, to a BPS, to an event, and then just like this is how you. So they can see themselves succeeding in this kind of business. So I have the understanding, the urgency, and teach him to promote. Teach him to promote. Many are announcing events. It's a big difference from announcing to promoting events. Promoting, creating value, promote the people, promote what it will mean for them. People think what's in it for me. Give them what's in it for them. And then influence them to action. Most people are used to someone telling them what to do. Think about when you were 2-3 years old, you didn't decide yourself what you were wearing. Some other people did it for you. Then you started school, a teacher telling you what to read, when to be there. You got a job, you got a boss, you were in the boss vision, or the company's vision. They told you when to be there, when to check out, what to do. So all of a sudden here, in the beginning, you need to tell people what to do. I mean, how to invite, what to do. But first ask them, do you want to do 4 for 10? Yes. How quick? Yeah. Do you want my help? Yes. That's the magic question. Do you want to achieve that? Yes. Do you want my help? Yes. He just gave me permission to lead him to give him the next steps. Clear plan, run by numbers. Quick repetition is just why, and the commitment is the most important. Then the goal with a plan, drive by numbers. Find out how many exposures to get 1 customer, how many exposures to get 1 partner. Create the list with them, work the list with them, and then invite with them. There was one person, he needed 2 more customers, he was still afraid of inviting. I brought this home. And asked, you have 3 days left to do it was actually the 58th day, the 57th day. You have 3 more days and you will earn 300 more euros to get 2 more customers. Do you want 300 more euros for that? Of course. Then we need to invite now. Do you want 2 more customers, earn 300 euros more? Yeah. Do you want my help? Yes. Boom. Force them to invite. So, and then present, me, we, you, then the pipeline is the key. Use the system, use the express, or use the tools. And then you have to push them, to lead them, influence people to take action. And then remember that whatever you want to succeed in, the problem for many people are that we expect everything to be smooth. As soon as we have bad days, we don't take action. But you know what? If you want success, I think this is such an amazing illustration of a pendulum. Because if you want success and all the victory accomplishment you see on the right side, the only way to get to the right side is push the pendulum on the left side. You have to put yourself out there, take action, risk to get a no, risk to somebody to quit, risk somebody not showing up, risk you swallow your pride, calling somebody that's on your chicken list. You have to push it up, because at the end of the day, the higher you push it up on the failure, rejection, defeat side, the higher it will swing up on the other side. Sadly, most people live a life where they're so afraid of rejection. Let fear decide all their actions, so they stay in the middle, so they never really feel any huge rejection, huge defeat, but they never really feel the amazing feeling of accomplishing something, of building up themselves from the inside, and be a success in their business, more importantly in their life. And what we have with Zinzino, the product and the test, we're really helping people for real. So with that, take advantage of the timing, use the campaigns. Thank you very much.